A Faint Shadow by Millie Graves. Walking home alone, in the ancient witch's wood, the sun started to set. I looked at my watch, 4:50. I stopped for a moment, looking around. Silence. I looked down at my mucky trainers and realized how freezing I was. I thought that I would take a different path back. All of a sudden, I stumbled across an old, creepy-looking caravan. I looked back at my trails and pulled out my phone. "One message from Mum," I said aloud. "Russell." I looked up, quickly shoving my phone in my pocket, completely forgetting about the message. I felt a bit frightened, but also strangely curious. Without warning, the grubby curtains twitched. I quietly tiptoed closer and closer and saw the door was open. Cautiously, I stepped inside, peeking in. In one corner, a candle flickered. A faint shadow appeared at the other side of the room. Stepping in a bit further, free-willing. "Millie, is that you?" the whispering voice asked. "How do you know my name?" The door shut. The candle blew out, petrified. I was left in pitch blackness. "Ah!" I screamed. "Stay back! I'm warning you," I said, trembling with fear. I had one arm forward, one arm back, fist clenched very tight. I waited. The wind whistled. I put my hand over my face, waiting for something to happen or jump out. My face clenched. Waiting, praying for hope. "Who are you? What do you want? Please, can you put the light on?" Absolutely nothing. Then, tap, tap, tap. "Oh my goodness, that's the door. Are you going to get that?" Before I could shout for help, shuffle, 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 the person moved away. "All right, you win. I'm just going to step over here." Creeping to the door, I felt around, feeling for the door handle. "Got it," I said aloud. The wind whistled again. Twisting the handle while sinking behind the door, I opened it. The faint sun glow came in. I saw a light switch before looking around the room. I switched it on. I was shocked. A completely empty caravan. I breathed such a sigh of relief. I started shaking again. A big smile spread across my face, clearly too quickly as a tall man appeared in view. "Who are you?" he said gruffly. I had so much to ask, but I just stood there staring. When eventually I said, "Are you the person in the caravan a minute ago trying to scare me? Did you climb out the window? Are you trying to hurt me?" I said, all in a rush. "None of those things," he grunted. "I only came and knocked on the door to see if my dessert is ready. Me and my wife live in this caravan." I don't mean to be rude or try to scare you, but I think it's haunted. Someone just said my name and I completely freaked out. "So," said the man meanly, "is your name Millie, as I heard someone calling it a few minutes ago?" It was quite an echoey voice, so I'm not too sure." "Yes, it is." "Oh, and have you seen my wife, Valerie?" "No, sorry, I haven't." Better have a quick look then." He moved past me and looked around the caravan, in cupboards, under the bed, behind the one door. "I better go check she hasn't gone to pick some plums or something." And with that, he was off. "I will look this way," I called. "Okay, thanks," he said. I started walking off, just seeing a few meters ahead at the time. The moon had come out, thankfully. "Wow, full moon. Cool," I said out loud, looking dreamily into the moon. Suddenly, "Valerie," a voice called. "Huh?" I jumped, snapping back into reality. Hang on. I thought that's the same echoey voice that man had described earlier. It sounded light and eerie. Nothing like that gruff man's voice. Oh no, she could be in trouble. I started running, scanning up and down behind trees, looking everywhere. I saw some figures up ahead, my adrenaline kicking in. "Oh, hi again. Seen Valerie? I mean, your wife." "No, I wonder where she has got to. Maybe she has gone around her friends. Although, why wouldn't she tell me?" "I heard someone calling her name, like that same echoey voice you described calling my name earlier. Did you hear it?" But before he could answer, we turned around and saw someone lying on the ground, wrapped in vine leaves, tangled up. We both gasped. Valerie? We walked closer and closer and bent down, unwrapping the vines around her. Why is she so pale? She's not moving or breathing. We both looked at each other. It's a dummy, the man said quickly. Oh my goodness, why would someone do that? I don't know, exclaimed the man. But let's go back to the caravan and solve this mystery. Maybe she went back. As we were walking back, I realized my mum could be worried about me. No, I thought, this must be more important. 10 minutes later, we were back. Oh, good, she must be back. The caravan door is shut. The man started to step forward. I grabbed his wrist. Wait, I whispered. Please be careful. Trust me on this one. Well, all right, I will. The man opened the door, but there was no Valerie. Instead, there was a pan with a lid on the small hob boiling over with plums in. But no sign of her. What do we do? The man said. I don't know. I think we're being followed and maybe even watched. Let's not jump to conclusions, exclaimed the man. Thump. We both turned around, and there she was, holding a knife, smacking it in her hand. What are you doing here, my darling? He gulped. She pointed the knife at him and started walking towards him.